Okay, so first of all, very warm welcome to this webinar on storytelling through Power BI. It is going to be a fun experience, believe me. And first of all, thank you all because on this very valuable Sunday you are here with us to enjoy the webinar. So first, I will take 10 minutes to introduce our company and faculty, and then I will hand over session to our faculty, Dr. Samir Rohadia sir. So please bear with me for 10 minutes and then you'll have the fun on Power BI. So there is a story behind it. So this webinar is all about the story, right? So I'll start with the story about our startup. So many of you, they might have, heard this story, whoever have, attended any of the program. So, one day I was I was at my client place and I was moving around the shop floor along with my coordinator when I was working as a senior consultant in my previous organization. So we used to go to the client place and we have to do the improvement and all. So I request all the participants to please mute your microphone. So question and answer session will be at the end. So at that time you may unmute yourself and you can ask the question. But till the time, please mute so that it won't disturb others. So yes, let us continue with the story. So I was moving around the shop floor at that time. I have seen one corner that 10, 15 people are sitting in the cabin and they were doing some activities. So I simply asked to my coordinator that what these people are doing. So he told me that it is our data analysis department. So I was more curious about it because I love data analysis. So I request him that can you please take me there? I want to see what these people are doing and all. So happily he took me over there and then I was just seeing that how these people are working. So they had distributed the work like जो like morning का register है उसकी entry ये करेगा और evening shift का जो है that entry will be done by this person. So that kind of dedication was that quality report will be entered by this person. This let's say production report will be entered by that person. And likewise, they were doing basically a data entry activity. So they are entering data into some system. They might be having some ERP or SAP system. So in that they are entering the data. So it was fine, like they had the work distribution and everything was there. So simply I asked them that okay, what type of analysis that you are doing. So they replied, one of the leader from that team, he replied that we are not doing any data analysis, we are actually sharing this in the system, and then this our management will do this activity or analysis and use this information. So okay, fine. And then I just move out from that place. After 2 days I got chance to attend the management meeting. So during that management meeting, it was like 2 hours of meeting, but everyone was talking about their opinion, their belief, their assumption, their thoughts, their experience. Not a single person was talking about those data which is collected at the downside. So, at that time it was little bit, like undigestible for me that, they are spending a lot of money in data collection, but they are not using it. Now, this story is not only for a single company that I have experienced, but it is like you might be able to correlate that it is happening, in many of the company, many of the department. They are collecting huge amount of data, plenty of data. In fact, we are surrounded by the data. But if we don't, use those data or don't, put the data into some decision making, then it is a useless and we are wasting our time, money and energy. So that gap I have found in that company, and by having that idea in my mind, I have started this company called State Modeler in November 2019. So the basic idea behind this company is to bridge all this type of gaps in the market. So we have designed our the services according to this kind of gaps. So the first service is on data science that we are providing training and consultancy on data science, where we are providing training and consultancy for machine learning, R, Python, SPSS, Minitab, Power BI, Tableau, Basic Excel, Advanced Excel, and all. Then operational excellence concepts like 5S, Kaizen, Lean, Six Sigma. These are all the concepts which are proven already for the operational excellence. But the thing is like custom approach, because in same department, it might not be a requirement of Six Sigma only. and and throughout the company that only lean is applicable or only kaizen is applicable or only kanban is applicable. No, we need some custom approach, that in some of the department there is a more requirement of Six Sigma, whether in some of the department there might be a requirement of, let's say, kanban. So accordingly we have to do that, so that we have specialized over that, we blend the approach as per the client requirement, and then we prepare a roadmap so that implementation can be more faster. And then research project. So we are also sharing our expertise in the research project. It may be survey analysis, it may be marketing research. Now they are also collecting data. If somebody is pursuing PhD, they are also collecting a data. But when it comes to the data analysis or statistical analysis part, they need some help. So in that also we are sharing our expertise. And we are also collaborating with the universities and the colleges. So these are some of the areas where we provided our services. So now the idea behind this, putting these areas, like data is everywhere. So it is also like somebody is from home science, yes, data is there. Somebody is from process industry, yes, data is there. Somebody is from ceramic industry, data is there. Agroeconomic, data is there. So wherever there is a data, there is possibility of implementing all these services. And these are all our clients. You can see there are big names: Adani Electricity, then UPL, Sajanand Laser Technology Group. These are all our B2B and B2C. So either they have taken our training or, let's say, some consultancy services. And fortunately, it is a proud thing that we have obtained 75% of the net promoter score. So that is a good benchmark as far as this NPS is concerned. These are some of the snaps of the training that we provided. So this is the training that we provided at UPL. There is training on R. It was totally customized training for those people. Then some of the universities where we have provided training. So basics of SPSS at BVM College of Engineering, then base SAS and Python that we provided at Department of Statistics, and then role of SPSS at DDU Nadiad. And these are some of the trainings on R that we provided at Mumbai University, Agroeconomic Research Center, then Anand Agriculture University, Gujarat University, and many more. If I talk about our team, then my name is 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗓. I'm CEO and co-founder of this company. Then Mr. Mehul Gandhi, who is business associate with us, Mr. Saurabh Chaudhary, who is also business associate with us, and Mr. Kapil Vanan, who is also business associate with us, and he is operating from UK. So like the four people that you are seeing in front of your screen, they are product of Department of Statistics, Sardar Patel University. So we did a master degree from there. And now I would like to give a brief introduction of our faculty, Dr. Samir Rohadia sir. So sir did Bachelor of Electrical Engineering and MBA, especially in IT specialization from MSU Baroda. Then sir has done his PhD in ERP implementation from GTU Ahmedabad. Sir did Master in Data Science from Bologna University, Bologna, Italy. And then sir is having 21 plus year of experience in corporate and business management teaching. And, he has provided his expertise in varieties of institute and universities and companies. And sir's last assignment was as a content manager, that is for the training and community in Continental AG, Hanover, Germany. And sir currently working as IT trainer and data analyst freelancer in Hanover. Right now, sir has connected from Germany, and sir has conducted till now. I am witness for this 51 webinars and workshop in last 10 months. So you can see during the lockdown period, he has conducted 51 webinars. Not a single date. Like to get date of sir, it is literally very difficult to get sir's date because continuously he is doing all this activity. And sir has trained more than 4,700 industry professionals on these subjects like big data, MS Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and many more related to the data science. Sir is also certified Power BI expert and Excel professional. Sir is also Tableau desktop specialist. Sir is also having, his certified Google Analytics professional. And sir is also professional Scrum Master and Product Owner. And sir is also certified IT service management professionals. So sir has, lot of certification in this field only. So it is a, very specialized personality we have today with us. And sir taught business analytics course in 5 Indian universities. I'm going to show you those universities also. Sir has visited 15 European countries till date, and sir is life member of BMA, Baroda Management Association, and ISTD, that is Indian Society for Training and Development. And sir has received 5 awards for teaching excellence from Institute of Repute. So sir is having, if you attend his session, then you'll be like enjoyed the session. You'll not feel like okay, ये session attend करना पड़ेगा, ये नहीं, ये करना है. That kind of feeling you'll have once you listen to sir. These are all the certificate or the credentials of sir. Power BI certification. He has successfully completed the exam, and sir has this badge for this. And sir has also done Microsoft Excel certification. Sir is also Microsoft Certified Solution Associate from this Microsoft. Sir is also MCT, that is Microsoft Certified Trainer. So sir's training skill are so robust that it is certified by Microsoft also. And this is 𝗬𝗢 certification. And sir is teaching this business analytics course in this universities like University of Mumbai, 𝗬𝗓𝗡𝗧 College of Commerce and Economics, then Ganpat University, International School of Management, Patna, then Adi Sankara Business School. So these are all the 5 universities where sir is teaching this business analytics course. Now, if you look at state modelers engagement with sir, then these are all the programs that we conducted since last couple of months. Like in last October we conducted big data and 𝗬𝗢. Then we conducted data visualization through 𝗬𝗢. That was a 5 days course. Then the same program we did in past, that is storytelling through MS Power BI, that we did in the month of November. And then we have also did 5 day certification course on data visualization through Power BI during December. It was a full course, and it was appreciated by all the participants. There were more than 20 participants in that this course, and everyone has enjoyed and learned a lot of things. And recently, in the month of March, we completed 5 days training program on data visualization through 𝗬𝗢. So these are all the engagement with sir. And State Modeler is very proud to have association with you, sir. And now I would like to hand over session to sir. Dr. Samir Rodia, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for this very elaborated introduction. I'm very thankful to you. And plus, yeah, good morning, everybody. And yeah, currently in Germany, like we are 3.5 hours behind, so it's around 8:15 over here. So yeah, I think so. After the session, I'll have my breakfast. So yeah, thank you all once again for registering for this webinar. And yeah, looking forward. I'll just give you a glimpse of what is data visualization and how we use this storytelling through the data visualization. And plus, I'll be also giving you little bit information about this MS Power BI. Yeah. So currently, I assume that none of you know anything about Power BI, though I know that some of you must have heard about it, or some of you may have used little bit of Power BI. So yeah, good morning, everybody. I'm getting the messages here. So let us start the small presentation, and after the presentation, definitely I'll take the questions. Yeah, so let me share the screen. Sorry. Okay, so Hiren sir, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. It is visible and you are clearly audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good. Let me. In between, I'll switch off my camera so that we can focus on this presentation. Good. So once again, I welcome everybody to this webinar on storytelling through MS Power BI. And sir has already given my introduction, so I don't need to tell anything about myself. Yeah. And maybe some of the I'm seeing that some of the participants who had already attended our Tableau session are now also attending this webinar, and hopefully they will also register themselves for the MS Power BI workshop. Yeah, but basically this webinar is to give you an idea about the tool. Yeah, before you jump into that workshop, you should be definitely having some idea that what is this Power BI, and then why we are going for this Power BI. Okay, why we learn Power BI only. Yeah, and so we'll provide more details about that. Yeah, so let us start with this topic of storytelling. Yeah, so storytelling, I think so everybody, when like we were kids, we have heard a lot of stories from our grandparents. Yeah, different, we have seen, we have heard about Panchatantra, and we have heard about Ramayana, Mahabharata. And I've seen that, see, storytelling, definitely everybody can do that thing, but it also depends upon the person, that how that person is describing that story. Okay, so sometimes, like I've seen also when I was, say when I jumped into teaching, then I saw one of my professor in MS University, that whenever he was speaking anything, or whenever he was describing the case, we were just having a feeling that the case is just taking place in front of us. Okay, so it is happening in front of us. So that is the power of the storytelling. Okay, so when our grandparents were also telling us these stories, so we were just having a feeling that yes, everything is happening in front of us. Okay, we are able to see the Raja and Rani and all those characters which are there. So that is how you describe, okay, what kind of words you are using and what kind of action you are using it. Yeah, so similarly, I'll also try to correlate with our topic of data visualization, that how we can use it and how we can tell the story with the help of the data. Yeah. So first of all, what is storytelling? Just to give you a, miss, everybody knows about this thing, but just to put in some words. So storytelling is an ancient art form and a valuable form of human expression. Yeah, so it's a very, very old system of expressing the things. Yeah, and what was happening in the past, so people were trying to tell the stories, and then it was getting continued, yeah, over the next generation. Storytelling is the interactive art of using words and actions. Yeah, as I said earlier, that both these things are equally important. Yeah, just speaking is not important. Just trying to emphasize some of the words, trying to use actions. Yeah, trying to use our hands movement. That is also very, very important. And why we are doing all these things? To reveal the elements and images of a story while encouraging the listener's imagination. Now, this is what I also said earlier, that you have to tell the story in such a way that the audience, yeah, who are listening to your story, they always feel that the things are happening in front of them. Yeah, so their imagination becomes very wild, and they are trying to visualize that story immediately. Yeah, so that is how you tell the story. Yeah, so I would say that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it totally depends upon that person and how interesting that person is making that story. Yeah. So what are the characteristics of storytelling? The first characteristic, that it is interactive. Yeah, definitely it has to be interactive. It is not to be a monologue, because normally we must have heard the stories from our grandparents also, that it was not that they were just speaking in the whole process. We were also trying to interact. Yeah, we were also asking questions, that dada or dadi, why this is happening, why you told like this. Okay, so it was like there was a lot of interaction which was taking place. So in storytelling, there is always a two-way interaction between the storyteller and the one or more listeners. Yeah, and the responses of the listeners influences the telling of the story. Yeah, so the more the listeners are engrossed in that story, the more interested is the person who is telling the story. Yeah, so that person who is telling the story, he or she also gets motivated. Yeah, because he is getting response. from the people. Yeah. So that is how we are talking about this interaction. Okay. Then second one, Jiren sir, I'm getting some voice, I think, so I don't know.
Let me see, sir. If somebody is unmute, then I request everyone to please mute your microphone. Yes, let me handle, sir.
Okay.
Muting.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Second one is that it uses words.
Sir, I think you are muted. Can you please unmute?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now it's the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good. So basically, in story, as I was saying, that we are using words, we are using our languages as a language, and then also here important is that which kind of words we have to use it. Okay, to emphasize the importance of their story. The third one is that it uses actions. Yeah. So here, like when I started my journey as a teacher in the university, so I attended one of the training program which was specifically for the young teachers. So there, one person, he said that he emphasized the concept of vocalization. Yeah, means अपनी जो आवाज है, आवाज में कौन से टाइम पे आपको भारी करनी है, कौन से टाइम पे लाइट करना है. ओके, बिकॉज समटाइम्स व्हेन यू वांट टू एम्फसाइज सम वर्ड्स यू हैव टू मेक इट लिटिल बिट heavy. Yeah, so your tone has to be like that. So that up and down, I would say, wave of your tone, that makes the things very interesting. Okay, because if I tell you the story in a same frequency, I would say definitely, so you would sleep, yeah, within few minutes. So that's why here the action means it also involves the vocalization plus some physical movement, gesture. Yeah. So we can still remember our grandparents, that how they were describing those whole story. Yeah. So actions are important. Then it presents a story. Definitely, that is the main concept, that there has to be a story, there has to be some starting, there has to be some ending. And normally whenever we used to hear the stories from our grandparents, there was some moral also which was there. Yeah, so we used to finally get some moral out of that story. And the final one is that it encourages the active imagination of the listeners. Yeah, so here I would like to say that in storytelling, the listener imagines the story. Okay, listener is having an illusion that he or she is actually witnessing the character or event described in the story. So that is what I said earlier, that you are trying to see in front of you that this is really happening. Yeah. So overall, these are some of the characteristics of storytelling. Now, let us go to the connected topic, that is now our actual topic which is coming, that is known as data storytelling. Yeah. So what is data storytelling? So data storytelling is the practice of building a narrative around a set of data and its accompanying visualizations to help convey the meaning of the data in a powerful and compelling fashion. Yeah. So see, so when I show you that this tool that is known as MS Power BI, so in Power BI, or even you must have created say data visualization in case of this MS Excel and other tools. So see, creating the visualization, I would say that anybody can do it. Okay, but once you have created the visualization, and then once you have to convey the information to your audience, yeah, there your storytelling, I would say the quality comes over here. Yeah, that how good you are telling the story to your audience, that makes them interesting. Otherwise, those charts and figures, I think so, they will be totally dull. Yeah, if you just see that thing, it's like a static thing. Okay, but when you tell the story, when the or say when you share the information in terms of a story, then definitely your overall, your presentation becomes very lively. Yeah. So in case of data storytelling, we are trying to uh, say speak about the different visualization that we have created from that data, and we are trying to convey our point that why we are going for this visualization. Okay, what is so important about, or what is the importance about say about this particular say visualization. Okay, and what things are finally conveyed. Yeah, so that is where the storytelling concept comes in. Okay, so I have read some of the articles that it says that everybody, like you must have seen that you must have met some data scientist or data analyst or data engineer. Now they are very good at their work. Okay, technically they are very good, but when it comes to expression, yeah, because see, just creating the data model or creating those machine learning and deep learning and all those things, that is not important. Okay, the thing is that how you are communicating, because finally all this data visualization, data modeling, why you are doing this thing, because you want to solve the business problems. Yeah, now whenever you are trying to solve the business problems and you have found out the solution, now the thing is that you have to convey it to the end users. Yeah, now how you convey to the end users, that is also very, very important. Yeah, so there your storytelling, I would say, the capability comes over here, that how you are good in telling the story to your customer. Okay, in the form of their data visualization, in the form of data model. Yeah, so that's why this characteristic has to be there. Yeah, those who want to become the future data analyst or future data scientist. Okay, even if you are not becoming data scientist or data analyst, but if you are, even if you are working with those data visualization tools and all those things, definitely you have to have this characteristic. Yeah, and I would say that if you are not having that inbuilt characteristic, definitely you can develop this thing. Okay, it's not a big thing. In marketing, it says that to create maximum impact on audiences, we have to combine useful information with compelling stories. Okay, like say we have seen a lot of advertisement. Yeah, now some advertisements we have seen that it is totally boring. Yeah, and some advertisements which are like just like 15 to 20 seconds, but it conveys the message very, very precisely. Okay, so there, in case of marketing, in case of advertising, there that how you represent your story, how you represent your product, that is very, very important. Okay, so again, there this concept of data storytelling is very important. Now the key fields of expertise for data storytelling is, this is important. So here one of the author here said that these are the three main key fields that you should have. First one is known as visualization, second one is known as data science, and the third one is known as narrative. Okay, so I'll come to this point. So when we talk about these three things, that is narrative, visuals, and data. Yeah, so here we are having, this is like our Venn diagram, and here let us focus that what do you mean by this explain, engage, enlighten, and then finally what is change. Okay, so when we see that there is an interaction between the narrative and data, we get some explanation. Now what is explanation, what is this, let us go in detail. Yeah, so the first part over here, that when there is a interaction, yeah, between narrative and the data. Okay, so what do you mean by that? Yeah, so when narrative, yeah, here when narrative is coupled with data, it helps to explain to our audience what's happening in the data and why a particular insight is important. Okay, so whenever we are having the data, we are telling to, okay, we are trying to tell to the audience that why we are having this data, what is the importance of this data, and why it is happening like that. Okay, so there we are trying to put some narration and we are trying to explain the data basically through the narration. Yeah, so this is one thing. The second one is the interaction between the data and visuals. Yeah, so when visuals are applied to data, they can enlighten the audience to insights that they would not see without charts or graphs. Okay, now see, in companies we have seen that we are having huge amount of data. Okay, and normally the data are placed in their tables, that is rows and columns. So say for example, if we are having say 10,000 records of data, yeah, now whenever we see through our naked eyes that 10,000 records, definitely we are not able to get quick information. Now when that same data is created in the form of a visualization, yeah, it is put in the form of a visualization, then immediately we get a lot of information. Okay, so there it is talking about this importance of visualization. You must have heard that Chinese proverb which says that a picture is equal to 1,000 words. Yeah, so whenever we see a picture, we are able to remember it much better compared to when that same picture is described in the form of paragraph. Yeah, we are not able to remember those paragraphs, but definitely we remember that picture. So definitely that this visualization plays an important role. Yeah, whatever the 10,000 records are there, whenever it is converted into some visualizations, immediately we get quick information out of it. Yeah, so that's why when visualizations are also when visuals are interacting with the data, they enlighten us. Yeah, they enlighten the audience to insight that they would not see without charts or graphs. Yeah, so we try to quickly get very quick information, and then we can get some kind of trends, yeah, some patterns out of that. So, and it is also said that many interesting patterns and outliers in the data would remain hidden in the rows and columns of data tables without the help of data visualization. Yeah. So whenever if we want to try to find out some kind of data pattern, then with our normal, I would say eyes, we cannot identify those trends and patterns. Yeah, but whenever it is put in form of a data visualization, immediately we get the information. Yeah, so that's why this interaction of visuals and data is very important. The third one is the interaction between the narrative and the visuals. Yeah, so when narrative and visuals are merged together, they can engage or even entertain an audience. Yeah, so here we are talking about this storytelling now overall. Yeah, this is like where the real actual story comes over here. Yeah, so we are trying to engage our audience with our narrative. Yeah, for the data visualization that we have already created. Yeah, so overall we can see that we are having this individual interaction, but finally when earlier you have seen this thing that when all these three things are interacting, yeah, that is narrative, visuals and data, we get this concept known as change. Yeah, so when you combine the right visuals, yeah, when you combine the right visuals and right narrative with the right amount of data, we have a data story that can influence and drive the change. Okay, so right visuals, right data and right narrative, when we do this thing, then definitely it will go and it will lead us to a change in our whole system. Yeah, so this is what has been explained, and these are the three, I would say, components of data storytelling: narrative, visuals and data. Yeah, now maybe if you are interested in learning more about the data storytelling basically, yeah, then these are two books which I have found out for you. Yeah, so later on you can search for these books and you can order these books. Yeah, data storytelling, effective data storytelling, and this is storytelling with data. Yeah, so these are two books which I recommend you. Yeah, now we come to the next concept that is known as data visualization. Yeah, so what is data visualization? So here it says that the representation of data or information in graphical means so that the viewer can easily understand the process of trends in the data. So just we are continuing with the concept of data storytelling. So here also, as I've explained earlier, that whenever we are having the large amount of data in the form of a table, and when we are trying to convert that table, or I would say that large amount of records into some visualization, then immediately we get quick information. Yeah, so that is what we mean by the data visualization. And here it says that any visual elements are used so that the trends, outliers and patterns can be understood and studied from the data. Yeah, so I think so outliers, you must be knowing that outliers means those, I would say, data points which are not I would say within the data range. Yeah, so normally whenever we try to gather some data, then we normally the data are like little bit homogeneous. Yeah, but when we are having something out of the blue data, then that is what we mean by a concept known as outlier. Yeah, So whenever we want to identify the outliers, the trends, the patterns, then definitely the data visualization will only help us in identifying those things. Yeah. So this is what we mean by, in a simple term, data visualization. Now, as Hiren sir told you the story about his journey into this data analytics field. So here also there are some, I would like to quote some one or two stories related to the data visualization, okay, because that is what is our topic for our today's webinar. So little bit I would take you to the history part of data visualization. Yeah. So this person, William Playfair, he was a Scottish engineer. So in 1786, he created some say one chart which I'll show you very quickly. But this person, William Playfair, is considered as the father of statistical graphics. Okay, and whatever we are creating, this line chart, bar chart, area chart, pie chart, this all these four charts were invented by this person. Yeah, William Playfair. Yeah. So I think so big credit has to be given to this person, because of whom now we are able to create these kind of charts. Yeah. So this person, William Playfair, he created this visualization. Yeah. Now what is over here in this visualization? So here I'll just like to mention over here that it is featuring a variety of graphs, including the side image. Now here what he has done is he has compared exports from England with imports into England from Denmark and Norway from 1700 to 1780. Yeah. So if you see the x-axis, yeah, then it is starting from 1700 AD to 1780. Yeah. Now, what he did, that he collected the export and import data of England. Yeah. So one country, England, he collected the data. And now see, every country, they are trying to export and import to different countries. Yeah. So here he just focused on these two countries with which England was having the trade agreement, that is Denmark and Norway. Okay, definitely England was exporting to many countries and importing also from many countries. But here he just focused on these two countries, Denmark and Norway. Yeah. So here he created these two line charts, basically these two line chart. So one line chart is of import and another one line chart is of export. So this yellow line, this is of import, and this red line, it is of export. Yeah. Now what he has done, that here in this say from 1700 till you can say that 1755 approximately, during this period what happened, that for England the imports were more than the exports. Yeah, the imports were more than the exports from this Denmark and Norway. So here it is mentioning balance against. Yeah. So okay, you are from the industry and you must have seen that whenever the imports are more than the exports for a particular country, definitely it is not good enough. Yeah, because you are giving money outside. Okay, your money is going outside and it is not good enough. So here it says that this was against the England. Yeah, that balance was against the England. It was not in favor of England, basically, because when the imports are more than the exports. Okay. Then what happened, that after 1755, the exports increased compared to the imports. Okay. So here you can see that the exports line is above and the import line is over here. And then he mentioned over here that it is balance in favor of England. Okay. So now this is good enough, because when you are trying to export more compared to your import, definitely it is good for a country. Yeah. So that's why it was in favor of England. Yeah. So with this one chart, I would say, yeah. Now here also you have seen this chart. Okay. But now how the explanation is done, that is also important. Okay. That is where your data storytelling comes over here. Yeah. That is how you are explaining the thing. I'm not saying that I'm the best storyteller, but how you express yourself, okay, how you are making your audience say focused on these kind of visualization, that is very, very important. Okay. So here this person, he created this kind of very good data visualization, and with this one visualization we are getting a lot of information. Yeah. So this is how we created this visualization. Let us go for Another one, visualization. So this person, his name is Charles Joseph Minard, and in 1869 he created this visualization. Now, what is this visualization all about? It is about the Napoleon Bonaparte's Russian campaign. Yeah. So Napoleon Bonaparte, we all know, he was a great king, and he was the French king. Yeah, he was from France, and he wanted to conquer many countries. He definitely conquered a good amount of countries, but he wanted to conquer Russia in those days. Yeah, in 1812, it is mentioned over here. So this Charles Joseph Minard, he visualized the journey of Napoleon Bonaparte from France to Russia and return. Yeah. So he created these kind of visualization. Now, initially, when we see this visualization, we get really confused that what is it all about. Okay. Here we are able to see some path, yeah, some brown path, some black path, but what is all about this thing? Okay. And somewhere here you can see that the thickness of this brown path is more, here the thickness is less. So what it is exactly showing? Okay. So let me explain you this thing. So here you can see that say this is the, on the left hand side, this is France, and on right hand side here, if you are able to see this thing, here it is written Moscow. Yeah. Now Napoleon Bonaparte, he started his journey from France. Yeah. So this brown path which you are seeing, this was his I would say two journey. Okay. From, so his journey from France to say Moscow. Okay. Now here, what is this thickness showing? Okay, this thickness, it is showing the number of troops, yeah, number of soldiers and horses which he was having initially. Yeah, before he started his journey, this was the thickness is showing the number of soldiers and the his artillery. Yeah, so he started his journey with a big army. Yeah, I'm not having any information about that, how much he was having, but let us assume that he must have started with 10 lakh soldiers and horses and all those things. Yeah. Now, what happened that Napoleon Bonaparte, he was living in France, okay, Europe. So he was not having that much idea about that how severe is the winter in Moscow in Russia. Yeah, because you must have today also you must have seen and you must have experienced also that in Russia the weather is very cold in winter especially. Okay, you get a lot of snowfall over there. But this person at that time, there was no internet, so he was not having that much idea. So he started his journey with some normal, I would say, winter clothing, okay, which he was using in France. Okay, so he started like journey with this thing. And then what happened that, because definitely in those days they were going by horses, okay, so it was taking a lot of time, around maybe, I don't know, but around 8 to 9 months he must have taken minimum. So definitely in between he experienced the winter, yeah, during his journey. And whatever this path you are seeing, this was his actual path of Napoleon Bonaparte from France to Moscow. Okay, sorry. So he started his journey, and then in between the winter came in, and that winter was really severe. Yeah. Currently, we are talking about those this kind of I would say uh, these changes in the climate and all those things. But definitely in those days the climate was really good enough, so there was really harsh winter. Okay, and this person was not ready for that harsh winter. Okay, so what happened that in between in this journey, many of the soldiers and the horses, they died. Yeah, and it is said that in one night, it is mentioned that around 10,000 soldiers and horses died just in one night. Yeah, so you can just assume that how much severe must be the weather. Yeah, so in between he lost many of his soldiers and horses, and then finally he could reach Moscow, but then he was defeated by the Russian army, and then he returned, yeah, empty-handed, you can say. And this black line which you are seeing, this black line is his return journey. Yeah, so black line also you can see that when he was in Moscow, yeah, the thickness of this line was there. Yeah, and then when he finally reached France, you can see the thickness of this black line. Yeah, so maybe I assumed initially that he must have started with, say, let's say 10 lakh soldiers, and then when he finally must have reached, maybe he must be having like 5,000, 10,000 soldiers. Okay, this is just I'm having an assumption. Okay, so in this one visualization, yeah, you can get lot many information. First of all, you can see that this thickness is showing the number of troops. Then in between you can see that there are some vertical lines. Yeah, so these vertical lines, below they are showing the temperature, though we are not able to see it perfectly, but it is showing the temperature at that particular moment, that what was the actual temperature. Yeah, so this person, Charles Joseph Minard, he collected lot of information, I would say, yeah, because creating these kind of visualization, it really it's a challenge in today's world also. But he created this visualization in 1869. Yeah, so I think so we should really appreciate this person, yeah, that he could create these kind of visualization, and he gave a lot of information about it. Yeah, the direction, the distance, the number of troops, temperature, many things. Yeah, so this is how I would say that when you are having a combination of visualization, yeah, here we are already having the visualization, but when you try to describe this visualization in the form of a story, then the thing becomes interesting. Yeah, so this is one of the point. Yeah, now the top data visualization tools which we are having in the market are currently we are having Power BI, Tableau, ClickSense, then there is one ThoughtSpot, MicroStrategy, and TIBCO. Yeah. Now I would like to focus on this tool that is known as Power BI. Yeah. So give you a glimpse of what is Power BI. So what is Power BI? It's a product of Microsoft, first of all. Okay. So it's a Microsoft product. It is normally known as MS Power BI. It's a data visualization tool. And I'll also tell you that why we are going for Power BI. It's a market leader since 2014. Yeah. So it's currently number one product in the data visualization market. Okay, it is not Tableau, it is Power BI, which is the market leader. Definitely Tableau is number two. Yeah, but number one is Power BI. And it is more user friendly than MS Excel. Yeah, many of you, those who are attending this webinar, you must have definitely worked with MS Excel. Yeah. Now, if you feel that MS Excel is very simple, then I would say that this Power BI is still much more simpler than MS Excel. Yeah, when you when you learn Power BI, then definitely you will feel that MS Excel is little bit hard. Yeah, so that is how it is much more user friendly. And always I tell Power BI that it is the Power BI is the big brother of MS Excel. Yeah, big brother. It is having lot of capabilities. Yeah, and you can do really great visualization with the help of MS Power BI. Yeah. Another important point of Power BI is that it is having around 3 to 4 different versions, but the main version, which is known as desktop version, it is totally free of cost. Okay, so even when you will be registering for the workshop, or even if you want to learn on your own also, Power BI desktop version is totally free of cost. It is free of cost for the lifetime. Yeah, so you can just go to the Power BI website, you download the tool, and then immediately you can start using it. Okay, there is no trial period, nothing like that. Okay, and regularly you get updates. Yeah, even if it is free of cost, they are having different, they are coming out with their own versions, and you can get those updated versions every time. Yeah, so it is so simple. And this is why one of the features that why Power BI is number one. Okay, even I work with companies also, like here I work with Continental. Even Continental, though it's an MNC company, still they wanted to go for a tool which is cheaper, and plus it is having all the features of data visualization. So I was working in the strategy team, and we finalized this Power BI compared to Tableau, because in Tableau also there is one free tool which is available, but still that tool is not having all the features. Here this Power BI desktop is almost having almost like 99% of the features are available. Yeah, only 1 or 2 features are not available in that desktop version. Now let us see. I think so this video will not work. I'll just skip this thing. Yeah. Hiren sir, are you able to hear this video? Hiren sir? Or anybody?
No, sir.
No audio.
No audio. No? Okay, okay. I think so. There is some because I have to change it. No problem. Later on, maybe you can see this thing. I'll just.
I can hear.
Yeah.
It's quite clear. Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe I think so. Let us, maybe those who are not able to hear it, just bear with me, but you can see the things on the screen. Yeah. Okay. So I think so later on I can also send you that link of that video if you're not able to hear it here. Good. So now here, this is the chart which tells you that so what is the current position of the different tools in the data visualization market. Yeah, especially we are talking about this analytics and business intelligence platform. So this is known as a magic quadrant, and it has been prepared by a company known as Gartner. Yeah, Gartner, those of you who don't know, it's a very famous and very big research institution, and they are regularly coming out with these kind of reports. Yeah, this is I have taken from their latest report, that is February 2021. Yeah. Now here you can see that these four quadrants, that is challengers, leaders, visionaries, and niche players. In the leaders, if you see that here it is mentioned Microsoft, and here it is mentioned Tableau. Yeah. Now, maybe someone may ask me that, sir, why it is written here Microsoft? We should see Power BI over here because it's a product of Microsoft. Okay. Now here, see why it is written Microsoft, because the reason is that see, Power BI is not the only data visualization tool of Microsoft. Microsoft was already having the MS Excel. Yeah, MS Excel is also a data visualization tool, and it has been since last many years. Yeah, so I would say that since 14 years, yeah, Microsoft has been leader, because see, Power BI is, I think so, it was introduced in 2013 or so, and then from 2014 onwards, you can say that within 1 year it became the leader. Yeah, and it is now as a number one. But before that, before Power BI, definitely Excel was already there, and Excel is really still, it is also, I would say that very robust software that we are having. So that's why here they have mentioned it as Microsoft and not Power BI. But currently you can assume that definitely whenever we are seeing this Microsoft over here, it means that we are now talking about Power BI. Yeah. So this is Microsoft, and here we are having Tableau number 2, and then we are having these other tools which are there. Okay. So this is the strategy. Now, what you can do in Power BI, you can connect any kind of data which you are having. Either you can connect, like say, Excel data or CSV data, or if you are having your data on your server, you can connect any of those server with the Power BI. Yeah, so you can connect any data. Then after connecting the data, if you are not, if your model is not prepared, then you have to prepare a model, and you can do it very well with Power BI. So here just I've shown you that, okay, you are having one data set, and in the data set you are having, say, 5 tables. Yeah. Now definitely, though, you have to connect those tables with each other so that you are having very easy exchange of information. Yeah. So you can prepare these kind of models very easily with the help of Power BI. Yeah. And normally these kind of models are created automatically whenever you connect a data set, and when your data set is having 4, 5, 10 tables, then Power BI automatically identifies the relationship between the tables. Yeah. So say, for example, currently here you can see that this table is connected. So they will identify that what is the common field between these two tables. So Power BI will automatically identify the common field, and then it will connect the table immediately. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. It will be done automatically. Yeah. Then it provides advanced analytics with the familiarity of Excel. Yeah. So this is also one of the major advantage of Power BI, because already we have been working with MS Excel since last many years. Yeah. So it means those who are familiar with MS Excel, I think so the transition from MS Excel to Power BI will be very, very smooth. Even the functions that we are using in case of this MS Power BI, that's also like all the functions, whatever functions that we are using in Excel, the same functions we are also using in Power BI, and plus we are having much more features over there in Power BI. Yeah, and we can do a lot of advanced analytics with the help of this Power BI. Yeah, so the transition here is very, very smooth. Yeah. Then we can create interactive reports customized for a business. So during our workshop, I'll try to tell you that how to say create these kind of reports. And interaction means that, say for example, this is one chart which has been created. Okay, now if I click anywhere on this chart, one part of the chart, then what happens that these two charts also changes. Yeah, it will show only the data which is relevant to this particular point that where we have clicked. Okay, suppose if I click on this one of the bar, then these two visualization changes. Yeah, so immediately we see the effect of this clicking. Yeah, that is what we mean by this interaction. Yeah, interactive reports. So we can create these kind of interactive reports. And the last point is over here is that we can also then finally share the data visualization. Okay, say for example, if I've created data visualization, definitely I can share it with all of you. Yeah, so that we can see it in this workshop, that how we can share the data visualization. And then there are also higher versions of Power BI. Maybe you must have seen that in that video also. There is one version known as Power BI Pro. Yeah, definitely it is not free of cost. There you have to pay the money. But in Power BI Pro, you can do a lot of collaboration. Say for example, me and Hiren sir, we want to collaborate and we want to prepare some kind of dashboard together. Then we should have the that Power BI Pro version. Okay, but with normal Power BI desktop also, if you want to okay, Power BI desktop is very good tool for learning purpose. Yeah, and you can do many things over there, and definitely you are not paying anything over there. Yeah, so the companies which are using the Power BI, I think so this is just a few, I would say a short list of the companies who are using this Power BI. There are much more. Yeah, great. So I think so that's all from my side. Yeah, thank you all for patiently listening to me, and now I'm ready for the questions. Anything which you want to ask? Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. And yes, I request all the participants now, if you have any query, then please raise your hand, and then you can unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can post your question in the chat box so that sir and I can see. Sir, one question is there in the chat box that can Power BI able to connect with SAP HANA directly and able to make HANA as data source? Can we do that?
Yes, yes, we can do it. We can do it with SAP
Yes.
HANA. It is possible. Yeah.
Another question is, sir, can you please tell us briefly about dashboard? Like, what is it?
Dashboard is basically a group of data visualization. Okay. So whenever in one dashboard, sometimes you are having 5, 6, 7 data visualization. So see, first of all, why we create dashboard? So say, for example, if you want to show your say work to your superior, okay. So now definitely whenever you are showing to your superior will not have that much time to go through all the different data visualizations on different pages. So what you do that you try to put all those data visualizations in the form of that dashboard. So in one shot, your superior can have a big picture of your whole data visualizations, okay, or your whole thing. So that makes sense. Now then later on, if your superior wants to go into detail that why this thing is there, why say the graph is going down and all those things, then you can go into detail, okay. But initially what you do that you try to show your higher ups that dashboard, and then from the dashboard you can go to the detailed version. Okay, so after the dashboard, if you want to go into detail, then there are some Power BI reports which are available, and the reports contain some different pages. So in the different pages there are some different visualizations, but all those visualizations, they are part of the dashboard. Okay, so if you want to get a general view, you see the dashboard, and if you want to have a detailed view, you go to the Power BI reports. Okay, and this Power BI report and dashboard, they are very well connected with each other. Okay, so then only we get that kind of visualization. Okay, then there is a question that okay, what type of statistical analysis can be done through Power BI? So see, here I would like to clarify one thing that you must have heard this tool known as SPSS. Okay, so now please do not compare SPSS with Power BI. Okay, because Power BI is more, I would say it is not a statistical package. Yeah, it's a data visualization package. So definitely, if you have done some kind of say for example, if you have done some frequency distribution, and if you want to okay, so Power BI, it is having some kind of limitation in terms of the statistical analysis. Okay, there I think so. What Hiren sir earlier said that if you want to do the real statistical analysis, then you can go for R programming, but definitely in R programming you require the programming knowledge. Yeah, but here Power BI is such a tool where I would say that you don't require any programming knowledge. Yeah, so it is for any person can learn this tool very well, and the main concept is that you are having the data and you want to put the data into some form of a good visualization, and you want to provide the information, okay, or you want to get information out of it. So that is the thing which is there. So, okay, so you so here we are not comparing a statistical package like SPSS with Power BI, okay, because SPSS is totally different and Power BI is also different. Okay, so just I would like to make that thing clear. Yeah.
Okay, so before we take question, I would like to announce one program. So that as sir has mentioned that in 1 hour it is difficult to share the knowledge about all the details. So we have planned 5 days workshop on data visualization through MS Power BI. So it is perfectly designed for the beginners. Like if you don't know what is Power BI, then also it is perfectly fine, because we are going to start from installation, like how to download and install Power BI. From there, it will take you to the this creating a dashboard. So what we are going to cover in that, so let me just brief you. I hope my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll start with the introduction to Power BI, where we'll be talking about some important aspect of business intelligence and all these things. And then what things that we are going to cover in the course, and then setup of Power BI desktop, how we can download and install this. And then when we open this Power BI, at that time, what are the screen that is in front of us? That is user interface. So what is the names of those screens and what are the use of those screens that we are going to see? And then we are going to learn how to import data from different source, like Excel में से कैसे करेंगे, then how we can import from CSV, text, web API, like direct links से हम कैसे कर सकते हैं. That is all we are going to see. Then we'll perform some data cleaning, because whenever we are collecting a data, it might have some errors or let's say some cleaning is required. So that we are going to see. We are going to merge many data sets. We are going to create the models and all those things. And then we are going to create a charts. Power BI, in Power BI, there are so many charts which are very interactive. So that we are going to see, and we are also going to understand which chart to be used when. And then we'll see one of the very good functionality of Power BI, that is KPI indicator. So there are separate charts over there. So that also we are going to see. And ultimately, by using all this visualization, we are going to see the dashboard, like how we can form the dashboard. So that is the end of it. And at last, there'll be an exam. And based on exam, you will get the certificate. So this is entire 5 days course. So what this course is actually covering? So it is covering 5 days live classes with practical example. So let's say their fees would be 2,999, and then we are also going to record the session, and we are going to share it with the participants, and they will have the access for this 6 months. So if they want this feature, then they will have to pay 4,999, because we are giving access to the 6 month and the soft copy of the material for the lifetime access. जो सर का PPT है, presentation है, that will be shared in the PDF format, so that you will have for the lifetime. So it cost 2,999 rupees. Then exam based assessment and certificate will be covered in this one. So in total value of this course would be 10,997 INR. But at this point of time, we are offering this course in only 1,499, and I'm sharing a link of this registration link in the chat box, so you can just check it out. And if you feel that it is you should do this, and Power BI going to helpful to you, then you must register this, and you can enjoy the course, because we have conducted so many programs with sir, and we have got an excellent feedback. Now people are demanding that yes, if sir is there, then we would like to come. So the sir is having very good expertise on this Power BI, and there are so many hacks in the sense like productivity booster tips that sir is going to share during his this 5 days workshop. So that makes your life easy. Like you are just updating your data in some Excel. You have given this task to your subordinate, and you just created a dashboard for one time. He is keep on adding that data in the Excel, and your dashboard will be updated automatically. How we can do that? So that entire thing that sir is going to teach us during this 5 days. So kindly register for this program. It is going to start from 26th. So 26th of May to 30th of May. It is a 5 days course, and the timing would be 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. IST. That is Indian Standard Time. So 2 hours daily, and you'll also get the access of this 5 days classes. It is 12 hours of content access as far as this recording is concerned for the next 6 months. So after attending the session, also you will be able to watch the videos and learn at your pace, because sometimes we can't match up with the instructor's speed. So at that time, this recording will be very much useful. And you can see the total cost is more than 10,000, but at this point of time, we are just offering it for 1,499 INR. So I have shared the link in the chat box. So you are requested to please. Yeah, I'll also share in the WhatsApp. ये link मैं WhatsApp पे भी भेज दूंगा. यहाँ पे भी मैंने डाला हुआ है. So you can also get it on the WhatsApp. You'll also get an email. So उसमें भी है. Now I would like to share a certificate form. So you can just fill out the certificate form. So we can email you the certificate. And we have also recorded this session. So we are also going to upload this on our YouTube channel. So that link also I will share it with you via email or WhatsApp.